Before we get into today's session, I thought I'll take about 10 minutes of your time just to explain the concept and the reason why we felt a need to have a biblical business seminar. The Bible is quite clear when it talks about renewing of our mind. And the one example that I can use in terms of renewing of a mind is when an elephant is born, especially in the circus, as small as it is, they actually tie it around a pole. They leave it there for quite a number of years. The elephant grows, and we all know that elephant grow to be huge. 10 years, 20 years later, a big elephant can still be tied around that pole. Because it was tied when it was young, it still believes that it can't move. If you go to the circus, you'll see an elephant, huge elephant, tied around a small pole. But the mind says, if I move, the pole is going to drag me. I'm unable to move. And for most of us, because we were born in an environment where we're never told that we can become great, we are who we were when we were 12, 13, 14, 15. One speaker once said that most people die at the age of 25 but get buried at the age of 75. Meaning that for 50 years they're living the same life. No ambition, no dream, and nothing in their life is actually progressing. And I felt a need in my heart for us to go out and share, partner with other business people who have had success, challenges, growth, fell, stood up. And I wanted them to share from their own personal experiences. But one thing that you're going to hear when they speak is that they were also once tied. But one day they believed that there is power within them. One day they believed that someone died for them to release them. And they actually moved. And unfortunately for most of us, it's not physical. It's not a physical rope. It's a mental rope. For most of us, it's not a physical rope. It's a spiritual rope. For most of us, it's not a physical rope. Sometimes it's just, I am from Limpopo. I'll never make it anywhere. So there's something that is binding us into darkness. If you believe in that, if you believe in things being done for you, there's a quote that says that spoon feeding in the long run teaches us nothing but the shape of the spoon. Spoon feeding in the long run teaches us nothing than the shape of the spoon. All the speakers that are going to come here will never declare themselves as gurus in the world, will never declare that they know everything. They're going to share their own journey. They're going to share their own relationship with God. They're going to share their own relationship with their businesses. And we hope that that will inspire you to realize that the same power that is in them is also in you. It's not an element where you're going to do a cut and paste. If so-and-so did it this way, now I want to do it this way. In African English, we say that if he did it, I can do it too. But the idea behind this is to ignite and remind you that there is power within you. There is something magical that is within you. And most of us are unable to activate it because we don't know. One speaker once said that there is no relationship between Eskom and your TV. The relationship between Eskom and a TV is on the main switch. If the main switch is off, Eskom can never activate your TV. Your TV becomes useless because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And the same applies to us. We have got so much power in us, but someone needs to come and ignite and activate. And I'm hoping that by the end of this session, there will be an activation in you, and suddenly you'll go to the same house that you have been staying in the last 20 years and realize, wow, Kanti, I've got a plasma screen. The house was dark, and we hope that by the time you leave here, there will be light, and suddenly you'll understand the assets, the value that is already within you. There's nothing new that we're going to give you except to make you aware of the power that is already within you. Entrepreneurship for me is and can be your Goliath. And the reason I put is in brackets can be, it's not all of us are born to be entrepreneurs. Not all of us are born to be fundis. Sometimes you're born to support fundis. Yeah. When I was young, I used to think that the only way to be wealthy in this world is to be a business person. And I have friends who are employed who get dividends for 50 million rand whenever they leave a company. I don't even make that much money. So I can't say that the only way to be wealthy is in business. But I hope that the principles that you're going to learn today will help you. Sometimes will help you to help someone, and through that someone, then you become wealthy. So may God bless you, and I pray that today is a day that your life will change for the better. It's a day that you will realize that there is so much power that is within you, power that is not dependent on government. I always say that if God can do what he did to Mary without a man, your wealth is not dependent on the bank or the government, but is dependent on him. May God bless you.